Okay, picture this. You're watching the 400-meter final. The tension is high, the runners are in their blocks. But wait a minute, they're not in a straight line, are they? They're all staggered across the track. Have you ever stopped and wondered why? Well, let's break it down.
Yeah, it's a question that honestly gets a lot of people. I mean, it looks totally unfair, right? The person in the outside lane seems like they're getting this massive head start. But what if I told you that that strange-looking setup is actually the only thing that makes the race fair? Let's figure out how that works.
All right, so to really get to the bottom of this, we first have to understand the track itself. The secret, believe it or not, is hidden in its basic geometry. So let's break this oval down. So a standard 400-meter track is basically made up of two 100-meter straightaways and two big curved semicircles. Now those straight sections, no problem. Everyone runs the exact same distance. But the curves, that's where things get tricky.
Just look at the difference here. If you're running in lane 1 on the inside, you're hugging a much tighter curve. But the runner way out in lane 8, their curve is way, way wider. And that makes a huge difference in distance. To put some real numbers on it, a curve in lane 1 is about 115 meters. But out in lane 8, it's almost 138 meters. That's a massive difference. If they all started on the same line, the person on the outside would be running a much, much longer race.
So, how do you fix a problem that's literally built into the track? Well, with a solution that's both brilliant and, honestly, pretty elegant. The stagger. Let's take a look at how this head start actually works.
Okay, so what is a stagger, officially? It's simply the distance that the starting blocks are moved forward in the outer lanes. It's a precisely calculated head start, and its whole purpose is to make up for that extra distance on the curve. The goal is super simple. Make sure every single athlete runs exactly 400 meters, no more, no less.
And this quote really nails it. It's the extra distance given so that every athlete runs the exact official race distance. It's not just some random guess, you know? It's a super precise calculation designed to make the playing field totally level. You could even call it the mathematics of fairness.
So that brings up the big question. How do they calculate this? Well, it's not guesswork at all. It's pure math. And you might be surprised to learn the formula is actually pretty straightforward. Let's check it out.
Okay, here it is, the fairness formula. Now, I know what you're thinking. It might look a little intimidating with the pi symbol and everything, but trust me, it's way simpler than it looks once we break it down. Let's do that right now. All right, let's decode this thing. S is the stagger distance. That's what we're trying to find. Then you've got pi, which is, that famous number, about 3.1416. W stands for the width of the lane, which is a standard 1.22 meters, and N is just the lane number you're looking at, like lane 2, lane 3, and so on. See? Not so bad, right?
Okay, enough theory. Let's actually use this formula for a real-world example. We'll calculate the stagger for the runner in lane 2. So we just plug in the numbers. We take 2 times pi times the lane width of 1.22, and then times the lane number, which is 2, minus 1. You crunch all that together, and it spits out the exact stagger distance we need.
And boom, there's our answer, 7.67 meters. That is precisely how far ahead the runner in lane 2 has to start compared to the runner in lane 1 to make the race totally fair. It really is all in the math.
So that's lane 2 sorted. But what about all the other lanes? And does this same idea apply to other races, like the 200-meter dash? Let's dig a little deeper. Check out this table. It lays out the stagger for every single lane in a 400-meter race, and you can see a really clear pattern, right? The distance just keeps growing by about 7.5 meters for each lane you move outward. By the time you get all the way out to lane 8, that head start is more than 53 meters. It looks absolutely massive, but now you know the secret. It's just what's needed to make it fair.
And what's really cool about this whole system is how versatile it is. For a 200-meter race, which only goes around one curve, they just use a half stagger. Makes sense, right? And in a 4x400 relay, the first runner does a full lap with a full stagger, and then there's a break line where the next runner can cut in towards the inside lane. It's a really smart system that can be adapted for all kinds of different events. So when you boil it all down, the stagger is so much more than just a quirky rule. It's really this beautiful meeting point of mathematical precision and true sports fairness. It's what ensures that a race is won by the fastest person, not by the luck of a lane assignment.
So, the next time you're watching a track meet and you see the runners line up for the 400, will you see an unfair head start, or will you see the beautiful hidden math that makes it all possible? You'll be seeing the precision of applied geometry, making sure the best athlete wins. It's pretty cool when you think about it.